Goes to Vem 963. You're on Roar and More. Guess who's back? Back again. Angie's back. Tell your friends. Well, thanks, guys, for keeping the seat warm for me last week. I was not here. I was in Canberra, which was probably a lot colder than the seat that we had. But I'm back tonight with you, Angus Hamill, being joined by my brethren who took the reins of the ship for the first time all by their lonesome. The man that was paddling for quite a bit. Who could have seen that coming? Definitely not him. Steve Wheatley is with us on the other side of the desk. How are you going, Steve?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie, mate. It's been a bit of a rough week, but it's great to have you back, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get into the rough reasons very shortly, but another guy that was sitting in this chair and doing a fantastic job, our resident timekeeper, James O'Brien, is also here. How are you going, Hammers?
Yeah, doing good, thanks, Angus. I had a pretty good week, I had to say myself.
Well, yeah, there's a reason for that, which we'll touch on shortly too, but first, every team has to have a man to keep the beat, and making his paddling debut last week, I heard, and doing a marvellous job was Brando Macmillan. How are you going today, sir?
Yeah, I was doing really well. I did one panel segment just to ease the nerves from Steve. Just be like, all right, if I stuff up, you can make fun of me, but I didn't. So, sorry, Steve.
Sorry, that was me prompting him at the background. So.
Yeah, he did one segment and he thinks he's a full presenter.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I was listening in from Canberra and I got to say I was so proud of our little team. No one else was in the studio last night except for you guys, so you really were by yourselves and you did a fantastic job. The show went off without a hitch. Nothing got blown up. The computer didn't poop itself. Nothing was lost. You didn't go off air and there was a perfect timeout at the end as well. So I want to say right now, boys, I'm very proud of you. Well done.
Thanks, matey.
Thank you.
It was all Finn. It was all Finn.
Don't worry. How was it for you guys, steering the ship for the first time without me?
I think we did pretty all right. I mean, we all had our training in the past. We've all been on air before. So all we had to do was get used to, being on the big chair, making sure we're always on time, playing the music and the ads and all that stuff, as station manager always reminds us to do.
Oh, yes. Yeah. She's very good at making sure we play the station sponsors. Yeah, yep. And Jamesy, you mentioned that last week, apart from the show, has been a really good week for you. And I think I might have the reason why.
Oh, you got that.
It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. Roll and celebrate. We lose control and you cut the cake. The night is yours. Destiny awaits. Oh, wait, so share toast with your closest mates. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. James!
That's right. Well, not today, but yesterday.
Yeah.
It was James's birthday, so I wanted to get that for you and wish you formally on air right now a happy birthday to our very own James O'Brien.
Well, thank you, Angus. I do appreciate that.
Did you have a good day?
Oh, yeah, definitely had a good day. A lot of people wished me a happy birthday. Went to Marybella with Mum. Also spent time with Dad and also spent time with the boys.
Yeah, you had an early birthday on Friday, which is pretty good because you saw Parramatta beat the Broncos, which I say that was the highlight of your night.
The rarest of weekends indeed. Parramatta winning and Manly losing.
I mean, if it makes it any better, Knights got beaten as well, so...
But not 44-4.
No, yes. Don't worry, we'll touch on that very shortly, but another massive event that happened over the weekend. The hottest 100 of Australian music was counted down on Saturday by a radio station that will remain nameless. They do a hottest 100 every year to count down the most popular songs of the year, but this time, to celebrate 50 years of this radio station existing, they wanted to make it a list just for the Aussies. And to celebrate that occasion, I thought I would give you some of the greatest Australian songs of all time that have previously finished runner-up in the hottest 100. We started off right there with an absolute icon, Missy Higgins with Scar, and we're really getting things started this evening with the song that came number 2 in the hottest 100 of 1998. Ben Lee with a very good PSA, Cigarettes Will Kill You, and he's here to tell you all about it. Ghost FM 963, you're on Roar and More. Engo, Brando, Steve-O and James O'Brien with you between 7 and 9 p.m. We're celebrating Aussie music tonight, specifically songs that finished runner-up in a certain radio station's Hottest 100. The song you just heard was Killing Heidi and a 16-year-old Ella Hooper singing lead vocals with their 99 hit single We're. That came number 2 in the Hottest 100 of 1999. And speaking of things that have come second best, Steve, we have to address the elephant in the room. Manly were second best yesterday, that's for sure.
Like I said at the start of the show, mate, it's been a rough week. We couple of
Second best, Manly.
I mean, in a 2-horse race yesterday. All right, Brando, you know what? A very rare event has happened. It's rarer than a solar eclipse over Toukley. Eels won. Manly lost, so I've got a stopwatch here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put 30 seconds on this stopwatch, and you have 30 seconds to say whatever you want about Manly, starting now.
I'm not sure if I want to. In your face, boys. Say what you want. We lost to the Dog Too, but at least we scored more than 4 points. And don't you dare make any excuses about the Broncos. They had all their best players.
Yeah, so...
No, I'm still talking, Steve. The timer's still on. All right?
Okay,
say what you want. Say what you want. But nah, say we're the weird kids one more time, buddy. Say we're the weird kids one more time. Nah, that's right. You can't. You can't. And we're going to... This is only the beginning, boys.
I'm very glad there was no profanity in that. But I will say, I will give you your chocolates, Brando. Very, very impressive win on Friday night by the Eels over the Broncos. And you know what? What a roller coaster those final seconds were with Reece Walsh thinking he scored the match winner.
It was so stressful. These boys can vouch for that.
We had like the sad song thing. We were ready to play it towards Brendan if the score was a try.
Oh, yeah. I had Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On" ready to go.
I got "Piano Man" by Billy Joel.
yeah, and it came back to bite us. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys did actually get to watch that game all together, and I can't even imagine what roller coaster Brando would have gone through. Did you think that the Broncos won, and when did you realise that the Eels had actually won?
How do I feel? Okay, so they did pretty good at the start. Actually, like they did lose at the first half, but not by that far. That is true.
Yeah, it was really close between the two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think once it came around, like, was it 22 to 24, something like that?
It was pretty close.
Yeah,
it was like 2 points in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember looking at you boys just being like, all right, all they have to do is make sure Broncos don't get a try.
Yeah.
And when it looked like Reece Walsh scored at the end there.
Because it was 30 seconds into, like, no.
And then it got taken off him because he was offside. And,
just a lot of...
Yes, I bet. But
Bit of a roller coaster.
And that win puts the Rabbitohs in last place because the Titans also beat the Wars.
Yeah.
Poor Steve.
Yeah, Steve had a double whammy on the weekend.
About the Titans.
What were you more depressed by, Steve?
I don't even know what to even say, mate. I really, all I can say is, Brando, yeah, congrats. It's like Angus said, sometimes, every once in a blue moon, you get a win, but it's only once in a blue moon. It's not often.
Hey, he's made the most of it, haven't you, Brando?
Yeah, exactly. And when was the last time your team won?
Just
a week ago.
Just before we go on further with that, Angus, mate, we had some technical issues last week, so if Brando's mic loses power during the show tonight, don't worry too much about it.
I was the one with the technical issues, buddy.
Where was that during his rant about Manly? But no, seriously, congratulations, Brando. We'll get you next time. And it's time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, Brando's high is going to continue because we're going to be hearing his good vibe of the night. But first, speaking of the vibes, one of our very good friends, I don't know if you saw this, Static, a band from the Vibe, they entered a band competition.
Third place, that's right.
Up in Newcastle. The grand final was on Saturday night and they finished third.
Oh, wow.
So in honour of those guys and in honour of second place getters in the Hottest 100, we're going to be hearing a song coming up right after this that has been an inspiration for the Static Boys and a song that we've had the chance to hear them cover live as well. Number 2 in the Hottest 100 of 2006 on Coast FM 963's Roar and More. Black Fingernails, Red Wine by Eskimo Joe right there. The band that inspired Cooper Gillett, our good friend, lead singer and bassist of Static, which is a band that has been featured on Raw a couple of times before. They recently won a band competition up in Newcastle. In fact, just on Saturday night, they won third prize in that competition, which is just absolutely awesome. Out of 30 plus entries, that is a really fantastic effort. And that's a song we've heard them cover live. Brando, one of the very few times you've been up to Newcastle.
Yes, exactly. But no, congrats to the Static boys. They've always been good to us. Cooper as well. He's a good friend of ours. Absolutely. Always a blast to see those guys, and they always give us love, and like him and Jacob as well always give us their songs before anyone else hears it. So
I know, I feel so special when that happens.
I feel honoured.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I'm unearthing them in a way, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep the good vibes and friendly vibes going here with the segment that is as popular on the Central Coast as it is in Newcastle. It's Brando's Good Vibe of the Night. Ooh, yeah. Yes, it's Brando's Good Vibe of the Night, the segment where he dives into his personal playlist, pulls out a song or two that he thinks has immaculate vibes and slaps it out there on the Coast FM airwaves, hoping that you, yes you, Cooper from Newcastle, enjoys it as much as he does. Now, Brando, I hear you've got a special treat for us tonight.
Oh, yes. So I picked the song Heavy by PJ Morton. Does that name sound familiar to you boys?
No.
No, I mean, PJs are something I wear to bed every night.
No, but in all seriousness, PJ Morton is a award-winning, 5-time Grammy Award-winning, might I say, singer, songwriter, and producer. And Steve will love this next fact because he is best known as the keyboardist and backing vocalist for the band Maroon 5.
Hey.
Oh, Steve's favourites.
Yeah, which you'll also love this, Steve. His fellow bandmates Adam Levine and James Valentine, doing vocals and guitar respectively.
Yeah, Steve should be
what do you
very
think of that,
lucky with
Steve?
that.
He's wiping tears of joy as we speak.
He's smiling right now.
As if he could not be more exasperated after the Parramatta chat we had. Steve-O, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure, mate.
He's gobsmacked.
Speechless.
Well, this is basically a Maroon 5 song with a different frontman. Without further ado, Brando, what's your good vibe again?
Heavy by PJ Morton.
Y'all ready?
Oh, yeah, Coast FM 963. We're bringing the funky vibes right there on Raw and More because that was Brando's Good Vibe of the Night, which was
Heavy by PJ Morton featuring Adam Levine and James Valentine from Maroon 5.
So basically, it's a Maroon 5 song.
Yeah, fun fact, Maroon 5 actually plays this live as well.
Oh, really? They have it in their sets?
Yeah, which is probably like a shock. It's like, someone outside of Adam Levine actually sings this.
There's other members in Maroon 5.
Shocker.
Well, I guess if it's those three that are on the track, would you call it Maroon 3?
I mean, there's currently 6 members of Maroon 5.
So it's Maroon 6 technically.
At one point, there were 7, but...
Oh, dude, that's too many Maroons.
Especially when it comes to a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yes. Don't remind me. But, Steve, I know that Maroon 5 is one of your personal favourite bands. What do you think of that spin-off track?
Yeah, look, mate, I was saying to you this before. Look, if it's like Brando with picking bands from Newcastle, when I say I like it, it means I actually don't like it. So, yeah, I like it, sure.
Oh, come on. We saw you having a little boogie.
Would you say it's getting heavy? Heavy on you.
Don't worry, Steve. They've only released like a couple hundred songs in their career. There's plenty more to choose from.
Yeah, true.
I guess we'll end the episode of Brando plays the Maroon 5 songs until he appreciates them.
Yeah.
You're going to be waiting a long time, Matt.
Is that going to be the good vibe goal, a Maroon 5 song every week until Steve likes one of them?
It won't be long, I promise.
Alrighty, well, we shall see how that ends up going. But for now, it's time for 2 songs. They sound exactly alike. Yes, these are 2 songs, and they sound alike. Oh my God, what is it with these songs, Steve?
They sound just like each other.
Well, it's funny you say that because this is Sound-alikes, the segment where I give you 2 songs, one original, one that takes a little bit of, let's just say, inspiration from the original. It's up to my team of sleuths in front of me right now to figure out if the inspiration, the borrowing, whether it be a sample, a re-recording, or just a similar melody part, if it was done in a legal fashion where everything was above board and they got a gold star, or if they did it illegally and ended up getting into very big trouble.
Spoiler alert, we usually get these wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not really good at this.
Yeah, well, someone usually is pretty good at this.
Who's that?
Not you, Steve.
Oh, no, definitely not me.
I was going to say, surely you can't be referring to yourself there.
I think it's James.
No,
Oh,
not
yeah.
really.
Dark Horse James. Well, there's a reason why we have Professor Brandon Macmillan in front of us, our resident music maker, our resident music expert. But tonight, because we are celebrating the hottest 100 of Australian music being counted down by an unnamed radio station on Saturday, I've got a couple of songs, both legendary Aussie tracks, both songs that charted very well in the hottest 100. And one samples the other, or in this case, a bit of a interpolation, a re-recording.
I sounded like, if you will.
Yes, in long story short, sound alike. Now, it's up to these guys, like I said, when we come back to figure out if it was done legally or illegally. We're starting off with the original out of these two tracks by legendary Brizzy-based indie rockers, and the song that hit number one in the hottest 100 of 99. Here's Powderfinger with These Days. Fell in love with the people in the...
row.
Did you say Angus in the front row?
No, I said James in the front row.
Oh, you got my hopes.
Sorry, Angus.
Love you too, though, Angus, buddy.
No, he doesn't.
Well, you might not love me in a minute because you're on Coast of M963's Raw and More in the midst of a segment called Soundalikes, where I give these guys two songs that one was the original, one kind of took some inspiration from the original, whether it be done in a sampling or a re-recording of a part or even just a similar sounding melody. It's up to these guys to figure out if it was done in a good boy, gold star, all above board, legal fashion, or if it was done absolutely 100% naughty, illegally, and they got in big trouble. The songs you just heard, well, the one you just heard then was Hilltop Hoods, Adelaide-based hip-hoppers with their 2003 hit single, The Nosebleed Section.
Great tune.
Which took a little bit of inspiration from the song you heard at the top there, Powderfinger, with their 1999 hit, These Days. The interpolation, the re-recording you were looking out for there, was a kind of line that was taken from the Powderfinger chorus, These Days turned out nothing how I had planned, which was sung in the Hilltop Hoods song earlier on in the bridge. Now, boys, you've heard them both Aussie icons, both massive songs, but was it legal or illegal?
All right, I'll go first.
All right.
I can definitely imagine it just be like, all right, I just sang like a line of this song. We won't get in trouble, and turns out they did. I can definitely imagine that kind of situation.
Oh, these days you see it all the time, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think illegally.
Alrighty, Brando reckons it's big naughty time. Steve, what do you reckon?
What was your answer, Brando?
I literally just told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great listening, Steve. Just for that, you won't hear it.
Is he deaf and blind?
Anyway, Steve, what's your answer?
I think it was legal. I think it was all okay.
Oh, okay, I like that. What's your reasoning behind that, just going opposite Brando?
Yeah.
I thought you were listening, Steve.
Yeah, no, because of after your Parramatta rant, no. There's a bit of a rift between you and me at the moment.
Yeah, they're not talking to each other. When the songs are playing, they're actually sitting with their backs facing each other. So, all right, Jamesy, we've got one vote each way. What are you going to side with?
I probably might go with illegal.
Illegal. What makes you say that?
Just guessing.
Fair enough. Is it because Brando's the kind of music authoritarian?
He took
here?
some inspiration, quote unquote.
He took some inspiration from Brando. Well, I can tell you right now that Nosebleed Sections re-recording of that part from These Days by Powderfinger was done. Legally.
Okay.
So Stephen takes the points home right there. What do you think about that,
He's got a bit of
Stefan?
a smirk.
He's like, I've got one up.
He turned right to look Brando
tell-
in the eye.
You can tell it's all bottled up.
Well, I will say that I think what surprises me is not about that song and Nosebleed Section by Hilltop Hoods. They're both that and These Days being legal. But I was having a look at the top 100 last night, and I was actually quite surprised to see how Hilltop Hoods got spoiler alert, number 2 in that countdown, and how These Days got number 14.
Well, we'll get more into that very shortly, but yeah, basically the story is Hilltop Hoods MC Suffer, one of the rappers in the group. He kind of was writing his verse of the song and figured out that line fit in really nicely with the beat they were putting together and the lyrics they were putting together. So he contacted Bernard Fanning, the lead singer of Powderfinger, and said, "Hey, just so you know, you're kind of the inspiration behind this line, which is a bit of a hybrid of a couple of lines in the chorus of your song. Is it okay with you if I go ahead and use this?" Bernard said, mate, it's one line. You're not really ripping me off. You're kind of taking two snippets of our chorus, putting them in the same line. So it's pretty much yours now. He wasn't even added as a songwriter or anything. He just said, yeah, man, it's all
that's
good.
shocking.
Oh, that's nice. He kind of just said, you gave me motivation. Can I use part of your song? Sure you can.
And
That's nice.
it's funny you say that because like what you just mentioned, Steve, in 2009, Triple J did another special countdown where they did the hottest 100 songs of all time. These days came in at number 21 on that list. There was only one more Aussie song that placed above it. Guess which song that was?
Was it the nosebleed sections?
It was the nosebleed section. So Bernard Fanning's generosity kind of usurped them in the end, which is quite funny.
I definitely thought it would be like a land down under kind of situation. It's like, oh, it sounds a little similar. We can get away with it. It turns out no.
Yeah, well, there you go. Turns out if you get permission, that's showbiz, baby. And now it's time for a song the nosebleed section and the people in the front row can enjoy. It's called Angus's Good Vibe of the Night. Yes, it's my good vibe of the night, the segment where I dive deep into my own personal playlist, pull out a song or two I think have immaculate vibes, slap them out there in the Coast FM airwaves, and hope that you, listening at home right now, enjoy it as much as I do. Now, as you very well know, I've begun employment at another certain radio station that will remain
named.
Yeah, will remain nameless. I've been on the late night shifts there, and I've been exposed to a lot more indie music than I could have ever possibly imagined. Some of these indie tracks, they are real earworms, and regardless of the quality of them that a lot of people might think of, they just get stuck in your head. One of them is the good vibe of the night I have picked for tonight's playlist, which is by an American singer-songwriter who's kind of been up and down in popularity over the last few years. He's known very well over in the States, but still very underground here in Australia. This is a song that is bringing back jangle pop rock, in my opinion. You know that genre that was massive in the late 90s with jangly guitars and sunny-sounding beats? Well, I feel like this is 2025's revival of that genre. Without further ado, here is my good vibe of the night. Alex G with Afterlife. Enjoy the jangle. That's one for summer romance and road trips on Coast FM 963. Raw and More, that was Angus's Good Vibe of the Night.
Which was
Afterlife by Alex G, followed by Car by Royal Otis right there. A couple of brand new indie tracks, one by an American singer-songwriter, one by an Aussie group that I think will do very well in the Hottest 100 of this year. But we're looking to the past because the nameless radio station just ran the Hottest 100 of Australian songs. And before we head over to our Hottest 100 challenge, guys, I wanted to rattle off the top 10 if you haven't seen it before. And this has always been the topic of a lot of debate as to whether songs deserve to be placed in certain positions. I want to go through them really quickly with you guys right now and get a quick yay or nay. Should have been higher, should have been lower. Starting off at number 10 in the Hottest 100 of Australian songs. Remembering, by the vote of the public, 2.6 million votes, these are the 10 best Australian songs of all time.
okay.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Number 10 was Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier featuring Kimbra.
I reckon it should be higher.
Should have been higher?
Should have been higher. That song was like massive. Still massive to this day.
Yeah, well, it topped the 2011 countdown. So.
I think it got even more massive when the Anxiety song came out.
Oh, gosh,
Just
no.
people were like, I want the old one. I want the someone I used to know one.
I guess you could say it gives people anxiety, wondering what song's going to come. Number 9 was How to Make Gravy by Paul Kelly.
Higher.
Higher?
Yeah, higher, agreed, yeah.
Well, and he gave his love to Angus, so any song that does that should have been number 1.
Well, sort of like the number one song come December.
I reckon, absolutely, always, every year it's up there. Then we had the same band back to back. 8 and 7 were K-San and Flame Trees by Cold Chisel.
Yeah, no, I'd say that's probably...
that's fine.
Yeah,
Probably-
that's probably accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be top 10. 6 was My Happiness by Powderfinger. That's the track I put as my number 1.
That is a good song.
So in
It
my
is, yeah.
opinion, should have been higher. But, I mean, Aussie Anthem, top 6.
At least top 5 for sure.
Should have
Yeah.
been.
In the top 10, I think.
Stayed in
Yeah.
its lane.
Well, number 5 was a kind of Kiwi hybrid band. It was Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House.
Oh, yeah, shout out to the Kiwi musicians, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song. I reckon that deserves top 5.
Oh, yeah.
This next one I was happy with, Scar by Missy Higgins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're happy with her at number
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, how about this one? This one's for the girls, guys, and days. Untouched by the Veronicas came in at number 3.
That should be number 1, to be honest.
I know, a lot of people were saying
Yeah.
that should have been 1.
That's an anthem.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
surprised
here we
it
go.
wasn't.
No. Hey, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the Veronicas. I think it definitely should be in the top 10. I don't know if it should be number 3, but still, congratulations to the girls for making the top 3.
Yeah, no, that was a huge song. Then number 2, song we've already heard tonight, The Nosebleed Section by Hilltop Hoods.
Yeah,
That should have been lower.
yeah, I reckon.
Nah, that song's a
Hilltop-
classic, man.
I reckon Hilltop Hoods and Veronica should swap places.
Well, I
at
reckon,
least.
listen to some of the songs that Hilltop Hoods beat. Am I ever going to see your face again by the Angels?
I'm
wow. I did
I'm
not expect
surprised
that.
that wasn't number 1.
Yeah.
Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap. Thunderstruck AC/DC.
Whoa, so
yeah,
they
wow.
beat AC/DC. Wow.
Should have been higher.
You're
Should
the
have been higher.
voice. You're the voice by John Farnham.
Oh, wow. These are like
Wow.
classics here. They're like dominating.
Beds Are Burning. The Horses. All of these songs were beaten by the Nosebleed Section.
It was a great list
Wow.
this year. I was said to you earlier today, mate, that it was a great list. I had a brief look at it last night and again today. It was a great list. I can't wait to go actually listen to the top 100. Or has it already been to air? Am I a bit too late?
It's already been to air
Oh.
on Saturday, but we had a good friend of the show come in at number 100, Steve.
Oh, yes, yes.
100.
Yeah, Mr. Grant Walmsley
Oh,
Yeah.
good old Grant.
with the
yeah.
Screaming Jets came in at number 100. Their song Better.
Yeah, well, it's a bit. That song should have been higher, but sorry, Grant. I guess people from Newcastle. Are
Well, he's
listed
made
in
the list
last
at
place.
least.
Yeah, Newcastle represent. Hey, Brando. But
Yeah.
the number 1 song, and I reckon this is kind of unanimous. This is very deserving. The number 1 song was Never Tear Us Apart by INXS.
Yep, rightfully so.
Right.
You know what? I'm just going to say this just to, stir a bit of controversy, especially with all the listeners.
Nosebleed should have won.
Yeah, Nosebleed should have won. Come at me. Come at me.
All right.
saying that.
Well, if you'd like to direct your frustrations towards Brando, give us a call, 43220072. But in the meantime, to celebrate this special Hottest 100, I've put together a special Hottest 100 challenge. The last time this radio station did a list like this was in 2020 when they did the Hottest 100 of the decade. I've got to you right here the 3 best performing Aussie tracks from the Hottest 100 of the 2010s. When we come back, it's up to you guys to try and figure out which of these 3 songs charted the highest. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. We just heard 3 songs back to back to back right there. The 3 best performing Australian songs from the special Hottest 100 of the decade, which was the 2010s, the last special countdown that Triple J did before the Hottest 100 of Australian music that they did on Saturday just gone. Well, at the top, we heard from Tame Impala and The Less I Know The Better. In the middle, we heard from Violent Soho with Covered in Chrome, and the song you just heard at the end there was Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier featuring Kimbra. It's up to these guys to figure out which of those 3 charted the highest, and who wants to take the responsibility of answering first?
All right, considering I'm currently at the YouTube video for somebody I used to know, considering that it has 2.5 billion views,
Wow,
Whoa,
that's
wow.
a lot of likes.
I think that one is number 1.
Alrighty, well, it topped the list in 2011 as well, so that's a good shout. What about you, Hammers? What do you reckon?
I was actually going to say that too.
Somebody they used to know?
Yeah, it was.
More inspiration, I see, James.
We've thrown that word around a lot today. All right, Steve, are you going to go with these guys, or do you feel like a bit of a rebel? It worked for you last time.
I really want to be a rebel. I really do, but I think, I'm going to have to go with Brando and James on this one. Just this one.
Just this one time. So you're all thinking Somebody That I Used to Know was number 1.
It has to be. I'll scream if it's not.
Well, I can confirm the number 1 song of the decade, according to that unnamed radio station's poll, was... The Less I Know The Better by Tame Impala.
So Brando is just leaving the studio right now to go scream. So if you hear a noise in the background, coasties, don't be concerned.
There's no way.
Well, there is
No
a way.
way.
The people spoke and they picked Tame Impala.
How?
Somebody That I Used to Know came in at number 2.
Oh.
And that was followed by Arctic Monkeys at number 3 with Do I Wanna Know, but the next best Aussie song was Covered in Chrome by Violent Soho, which came in at number 4. Other songs in the top 10 were Magnolia, Gang of Youths, Pumped Up Kicks, Foster the People, Never Be Like You by Flume, Big Jet Plane by Angus and Julia Stone, and Brother by Matt Corby, all fantastic Australian songs. And the 3 best performing songs that you just heard all charted in the Hottest 100 of Australian music on the weekend as well. So to redeem yourselves, would you like to guess which song out of those 3 charted the highest in that list?
No, I'm still angry about how Sabata used to has not. Like, I'm currently on the YouTube for Tame Impala. Like, look, the song has a lot of views, 233 million, but 2.5 billion compared. Like, come on.
Well, I think for the Hottest 100 in Australia, I was probably someone I used to know because he was in the top 10.
Wouldn't it be funny if Brando got disappointed twice? No, it was the highest out of those 3 in the Hottest 100 of Australian music.
So you were messing with me.
Oh no! It was the second place in the decade.
Okay.
But I guess the Australian public came to their senses when it came to like the best Aussie songs.
Okay.
Because Somebody I Used to Know came in at number 10. Less I Know the Better came in at number 19. Violent Soho came in at number 40. So quite a drop for them, that's for sure. And speaking of fantastic Aussie acts,
and now it's time for the local list.
now, while Brando sits in the corner and tries to get over that, it's time for the local list. The segment brought to you by Homebrewed, who used to be in this very time slot up until recently, playing the best Australian and more specifically local music. Their legacy lives on this time slot because they send me a fantastic new release by a local artist every single week. Tonight's submission comes to us from Cameron Smith, and before I introduce it, I want to give a shout out to James O'Brien, sitting opposite us right now, who took over the hosting duties of the local list last week. And I want to say, mate, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
You did a great job, Jamesy.
How'd you feel being in charge of local talent for 1 week?
I was fully locked in that moment too.
I could tell, and it was a great track as well by Suede Effect, which, by the way, was a band that Static beat in that competition. They were in the final as well.
Wow.
And Static, they came third.
Fair play, Static.
Yeah, so good on our friends. But tonight's local list pick comes to us via Cameron Smith. Now, it's a bit of a technicality. This band is not from the Central Coast. They're from Sydney, but their latest record was recorded on the Central Coast at the Grove Studios. So technically, the band's not a coastie, but the track is. This is one of their brand new singles. Their self-titled album. It's called Special, and their band is called The Terrys. A beautiful piece of Aussie indie pop rock that was created right here on the Central Coast, and it is Cameron Smith's pick for the local list. Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was our pick for the local list tonight. The Terrys, Sydney-based band, but with a song that was recorded right here on the special Central Coast. Well, the song was called Special, so that's why I got things mucked up a little bit there. But yes, that's from their brand new album, which is self-titled. And if you'd like to see the Terrys live, they are doing something pretty special. They're going on a national tour to celebrate their brand new album, and the best part, they have capped their ticket prices, which means their tickets cannot be sold for higher than $35.
Wow, that's nice.
Wow.
In an ever-increasingly expensive world with cost of living crisis and housing crisis and all that, the band's decision to cap ticket prices is a massive gesture to make their tours as accessible as possible. And I think more bands should follow suit. If a small band from Sydney with an independently recorded album on the Central Coast can cap their ticket prices, surely the big boys can too.
My band won't be doing that, sorry.
What's Honey Mustard's ticket prices going to be?
Oh, you guys gotta hate this, but at least $70 per ticket.
I was going to say 69 at the most.
Are we going to have Metallica in or something?
Yeah, we're going to have a support act?
Yeah, us.
Wait, we're supporting ourselves?
Yes, exactly.
Well, hey, for that band, when they go on tour, do you reckon they might give a discount to some people when they're coming through the door and they say, all right, what's the name on your ticket? Terry. Oh, do you reckon they'll get maybe a discount?
Yeah, it could be the Friends and Terry discount.
Yeah, it could be.
Nice.
But the tickets are a bargain, as they are. If you'd like to find out more info about their tour, head to www.theterrysband.com, spelled Terrys. Well done, guys. Coming up, and now it's time for a segment that's as crazy as we are. It's time for Steve's Good Vibe of the Night.
Oh, yeah.
That's That's right, it's Steve's good vibe of the night. It's his turn to pick a song from his own playlist with awesome, crazy vibes. What have you got for us, Stefan?
Yes, I do, and it's something definitely crazy. But as you said before we went to the break just then, so I have chosen out of my music repertoire something special tonight, and it's a bit of a tribute. I said at the start of the show tonight, it's been a bit of a rough week because on Wednesday last week, we lost a very well-known musician, and whether you're a fan of rock, pop, no, it's not pop, but punk or heavy metal, a lot of people knew this artist very well, and whether you liked him or you didn't, a lot of people were a bit sad to see him go. My good vibe of the night is a tribute to the late, great Ozzy Osbourne. He passed away at the age of, I think he was
76, I believe I saw,
yes,
yeah.
on Wednesday. And he did put up a good fight towards the end, Ozzy. I mean, he had a lot happening for him. He had Parkinson's, which meant towards the end, he wasn't able to get up on stage and do a lot of his thing. He had to be wheeled out on stage in a wheelchair. I don't know if you boys actually got a chance to see some of the stuff and some of the tributes that was coming through a couple of days after he died, but there was a lot of reels and some videos on Facebook through the last concert that he did. There was a few bands there. He had the reunion with Black Sabbath, Metallica was there, and so many other people gave their tributes and love. And to Ozzy and his family, our thoughts and prayers are with you, wherever you are right now. But the reason I have chosen this is my good vibe of the night is because it's a tribute to him for the very last time, and as a way to send him off, I thought we could take one more ride with Ozzy on the crazy train.
Ha ha ha, indeed. Coast of M963, you're on Roar and More. That right there was Steve's good vibe of the night.
Which was...
That was Ozzy Osbourne off his solo single 1980 album Crazy Train, and that was a bit of a tribute to me to say farewell to the great man who was a bit crazy in his own way, but still the godfather of heavy metal. So that's to you, buddy. Good luck to wherever you are.
Oh, that's really sweet. And he went out very well. He had one last show, and then 2 weeks later, he was gone. What a rock and roll way to go. But you know what they say? With death comes life, and life is birth. And we have a man who, like we mentioned earlier on in the show, it was his birthday just yesterday.
We're listening to this.
It's your birthday yesterday, James. So, Jamesy, as that song plays, I've got you a little birthday gift.
Oh, really?
Right now. Yes, all the way
better
from,
late than never.
all the way from Canberra, because I wasn't here on the day of and I missed the gather on Friday.
It's a
This
big
is for
bag
you.
too, wow.
All right. Oh, yeah.
It's a little paper bag there.
All right, he's pulling it out. He's pulling it out.
You got another jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, because James is going through a bit of a puzzle phase at the moment.
Oh, well, Dad will like this.
Yeah,
Oh,
something
you
good for you.
won't? All right, I'll take it back then.
All right, here you go.
All right, I'm going to Canberra now and I'm returning it.
Oh, yeah, Dad will like that. Probably more quality time with father and son, so...
Well, there
Something
you
good
go.
to do during the next couple of days with the rain.
But wait, there's another present.
Oh, wait.
birthday bash. The birthday bash.
I thought that retired.
Call up Angus and find out what song was number one on your birthday.
I remember that up late with Ango.
Yes, it's being brought out of retirement for one night only because it is James's birthday yesterday. Now, you remember the gist of this segment, James Rodriguez. I've got in front of us right now. Obviously, I know the exact day you were born. Do you mind if I say it?
Yeah, that's all right.
The 27th of July, 1998, and I did a little bit of digging, and I've got right here in front of us the song that was number one on the Aussie charts. Stop looking at the screen. The day that you were born. And
I already know it too.
you already know what it is, so let's just have a party. Here is James's birthday song for his birthday. Ricky Martin with the anthem of the 1998 World Cup. Ole, ole. It's called the Cup of Life. Ole, ole, ole. James O'Brien on Coast FM 963's Roaring More. The birthday boy, James, celebrated his birthday yesterday, and that song right there, Ricky Martin's The Cup of Life, was number 1 on the day he was born. Old.
That was a good birthday present, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Well, the James Fest is continuing. And now it's time for the birthday gift that just keeps on giving. We like to call it James's Good Vibe of the Night.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. On my way.
So, my good vibe is a bit of a tribute as well, because there was another legend that also has passed away. And some people love him, some people hate him due to like his controversies, but we can't deny that the impact he has during the 80s, especially in pro wrestling, because if it wasn't for this individual, pro wrestling wouldn't be where he is. He was really big in the pop culture in the 80s. He started in movies like Rocky III, and we did talk about he was in Gremlins too. And I'm talking about the immortal Hulk Hogan. He passed away. I remember going home from work, he had passed away due to a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
I thought it was a meme, but a joke, but it was actually true. And I say my heart goes to Hulk Hogan's family, and I thought my prayers are with him, with his family, and yeah, I picked his theme song, Real American by Rick Derringer, just a bit of a tribute to him.
I got to agree with you, Jamesy. He was definitely a great man. I was equally just as shocked as you were when I saw the news on Friday myself. And whether you do have to respect him, whether you're a fan of pro wrestling or not, kind of in some way, everyone just knew who Hulk Hogan was, even if you just heard Your Good Vibe.
Which is Real American.
Yeah, by Rick Derringer.
Real American picked by a real Greek Australian, Coast FM 963. That was James's Good Vibe of the Night.
Which
It was
was
Real American by Rick Derringer,
In tribute of
Hulk Hogan.
who passed away on the weekend. And as far as Americans go, they don't get much realer than him, am I right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, great tribute, Jamesy, and wonderful tribute from Steve earlier to Ozzy Osbourne, 2 absolute icons who passed away, as well as the iconic Hottest 100 of Australian songs over the weekend. That brings us to the end of Raw and More for this evening. Mondays with the A's, Asher and Annie with all the pop music, and Goss coming up after the 9 o'clock news. Guys, it's been so cool to be back in here with you, and can't wait to do it all again next week. But for now, here is one more iconic Australian song. Not just any iconic Australian song, but the number 1 Aussie song of all time, according to the Aussie public. This is In Excess with Never Tear Us Apart. We'll be torn apart until next Monday. See you then.
See you then, Coasties.
shout outs to Pat from Narara.